Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Slaki, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, Balashadash, Torah tongue, and I said, Waktham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Akwath, and I said, Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of the, I would say, World War III news updates as of as the August 8th, 2026 on this Saturday night. Salaki for that. And this is a live update from Al Jazeera. It says breaking news: Iran's president seeking in to no rule, no peace, as the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps set to Hamas terms. So I believe in order for Iran, we open up the Strait of Hormuz and have a deal between the United States and Iran under the terms. I believe Iran want more. I would say about 2 or 3 more demands before they even open up the Strait of Hormuz and have a full deal with the United States. So we're going to see how that plays out. But the talks been progress with that. It says live updates 24 minutes ago. It says the ongoing fighting in Yemen could lead to a civil war. Yeah, read that news article. It says the ongoing fighting in Yemen could lead to a civil war. It says the Yemeni armed forces have issued a statement for the first time in recent months, announcing a military operation against the Houthi position in several battlefronts. According to the statement, that this is a retaliation for the latest escalations by the Houthis over the past couple of days. The Houthis have stepped up their military attacks, targeting Yemenese armed forces, military positions, and weapons deposits across the province. The army spokesperson said that if the Houthis continue their attacks against the Yemen armed forces, they will retaliate and attack relentlessly. We have seen over the past couple of days that the Houthis shifted their preemptive military attacks mode, targeting military positions in the Yemen army before they can have time to carry out any military offense. According to the Houthis, they are at a tackling because they suspected that the Yemeni army is coordinated with the Saudi Arabia. It says is in the final stages of military operations aimed at targeting Houthis' position in the areas and the territories. It says that are under their control. The UN also issued a statement calling for the escalation of many condemned the latest ballistic and drones attacks by the Houthis, and also condemned the Yemenese group's attacks on oil tankers in the Red Sea. If the situation does not escalate, experts are warning that it could very well lead to another civil war in Yemen. It's the book of Joel, the third chapter. Because tensions been heating up for quite a while. I would say almost for the past couple of weeks, tensions that be heating up between the Houthi rebels and the Saudi Arabia armies over the Mediterranean Sea in that region over there in Yemen. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, what is the armies of other nations? Prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." Right, so as I was reading that news article from Al Jazeera, it was mentioned that if this war doesn't de-escalate, it's going to be another potential civil war once again between Saudi Arabia army forces versus the Houthi rebels over there in Yemen. So it might be another war like it was previously. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, what the Gentiles and armies of other nations prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near to come up." Right, and that's what we're seeing. The Heavenly Father said, "Wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near to come up." Right, continue to get up over in Western Asia and throughout the whole region, different parts around that area. Joel chapter 3, verse 10, beat your plowshares and the swords and the plankers and the spears, and let the weak say I'm strong. Right, so let the weak say I'm strong. Which is the Houthi rebels rising up against the Saudi Arabia and its coalition forces of Yemen government forces. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. It says, "We shall hear of wars or rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled for all these things. Must first come to pass, but then it's not yet. Right, so it's going to come to pass. We're not going to enter yet. So on a daily basis, we're hearing an uptick of wars or rumors of wars between these armies of our nations. We're going to see that continue to increase. Matthew 24 and verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, which goes to ethnos. So we see one nation within itself rising against another nation, just like the Houthi rebels going against the Saudi Arabia and its coalition forces. Russia versus Ukraine situation, the proxy groups going against the Israel defense force. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. It's the book of Luke 21. It's the book of Luke 21, verse 25. Salakia. Luke 21, verse 25, it says, there shall be signs in the sun, and the moon, and the stars, and upon the earth the disgrace of nations with plagues, seabirds, war. Right, so we see in the increasing uptick, the nations are perplexing, especially nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and wars, rumors of wars, and moderate rule against moderate rule. Go up a couple of verses. This is the book of Luke 21 and verse 10, right, more things to come. It says, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Right, this is Yahushua mentioned about the nations going to continue to be rising against one another, and the moderate kingdom is as well too. That's what we're seeing. And this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 17, verse 1. It says, the burden of Damascus, behold, Damascus take away from me, the city should be Israel heat. Right, so over there, Damascus in Syria, is going to heat back up once again, as we've been seeing as of lately. So Damascus and Syria is fully going to be taken away from you. The city should be Israel heat, because you're still going to have the proxy groups going against the Israel Defense Force and their allies over there in Iraq and Syria, and over there in Golan Heights as well too. And this is Revelations 9 verse 12. It says, the one will pass, and behold, there come two wolves hereafter. Right, so one will pass, behold, there come two wolves hereafter. Revelations 11 verse 14. It says, the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. Right, so the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. So this was just a quick sit-down lesson of the World War III news updates as the tensions continue to escalate between the Houthi rebels and the Yemenese government forces in Saudi Arabia going against the Houthi rebels over there in Yemen and over there in the Mediterranean Sea. So we definitely seeing the wars or rumors of wars heating up. And that's all going to still lead to the Third World War, because the second will pass, we hope the third will come quickly, still going to come past the field. And we're still seeing the Russia versus Ukraine situation heating up. And then all these other nuclear escalations are still heating up in different parts around the world. So going to continue to increase. And the second will pass, but the third will come quickly. So once again, this is just a quick sit-down lesson of the World War III news updates as of August 8th, 2026 on this Saturday night. So hopefully this was edifying. And with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Warkar Kadash, the Heavenly Father, that you name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. The Lashdash, the Holy Tongue, and I said Rakabam to the elders and apostles, Wa'akia Ma'akwaf. So next time I would say Kormasharala and the Baba Bar and Shalom.